Good morning and welcome back from Eureka, California. The plan for today is to check out the city and then go over to this place. I think it's called the Samoa Peninsula. And that'll pretty much wrap up today. And then we'll start heading down towards San Francisco. I think it'll take probably 2, maybe 3 days, just making all the little stops along the coast. So there it is. I'm walking north along the Eureka Boardwalk. At the end of the boardwalk, you can connect with the Eureka Waterfront Trail. As I was walking along the Eureka Waterfront Trail, I noticed a bunch of signs that this used to be heavy industry. I walked down the Eureka Waterfront Trail until I got to the Eureka Public Marina. I'm in Old Town now. As I was walking around the south end of Old Town, I noticed this really ornate house. Seems to be some kind of club, and I'm sure membership there is pretty expensive. This is on the waterfront at the south end of Old Town. It's going to be the last spot in Old Town before moving on. Alright, I'm on the southernmost end of the Samoa Peninsula, and as you'll see from the next few clips, hung out here for quite a bit of time despite it being super windy and it's starting to rain. There is a small picnic area down here at the end. There is a good-sized Coast Guard station here on the peninsula. You might be able to spot them, but there is a few off-road vehicle trails. Somewhat down by the picnic area, they have this off-road obstacle course. The obstacles vary from real beginner all the way up to some more advanced rock crawling obstacle. before leaving Eureka, California, there was one last spot that I wanted to check out, and that's Fort Humboldt. Well, I didn't expect this. At the fort, they have this whole area about the history of logging in the Redwood Forest. It's probably pretty hard to tell, but this is one of the steam engines the log company used. They had quite a few old machines that they used to move logs around and load them onto rail cars. This was an example of a logging cabin. I'm getting into the military post section of the park. It was established in 1853 and was abandoned in 1870. The hospital structure is the only original building left in the park. All the other buildings fell into decay. This is the hospital. These posts off to the right indicate where some of the original buildings from the installation were at. And that was a wrap for filming for the day. Well, good morning. I'm near Truesdale Vista Point in Crescent City. I'm gonna walk on this trail a little bit and then we'll get going south again. The first stop that I'm gonna make is the Humboldt Redwood Forest. And that's about 45 minutes from Crescent City. So there you go. As far as where I'll stop the rest of the day, I don't really know yet. I'll figure it out once I get to the forest. So you may notice some smoke off to the right. Cal Fire was doing some training. It's pretty interesting to watch. Alright, I made it to the Humboldt Redwood Forest. I'm on the Bull Creek Trail north. At some point, I'm gonna be able to cross over the Bull Creek onto the Bull Creek Trail south. I started out at the Blue Slide Day Use area. And as you can see, there are some old growth redwoods here, so I'm super excited about that. My plan is to do about an hour hiking out and an hour back, so should be a good hike. I got to where you're supposed to cross the river. Unfortunately, I don't see how you're supposed to do that. I don't know if there's a bridge, and because it's winter time, the Park Service removed it, or if you're supposed to ford, but I couldn't see where the trail picked up on the other side. So I kept hiking on Bull Creek Trail south. This is Albee Creek near the Albee Campground. Alright, so I'm at the Albee Campground. I couldn't figure out how to get across the Bull Creek, so I just continued up the South Bull Creek Trail until I got here to the campground. This is going to be the turnaround spot, but yeah, I've been hiking for about an hour. I'm back at the day use area, and I will have to say, being from the northwest and seeing some large trees, I'm even impressed by the trees that are out here. So I'm going to have lunch, and then we'll head out. Not really sure where I'm going to go. I'm leaning towards Mendocino, California, but even that's like 2.5 hours away, so I may have to stop somewhere. Because the other option would be to go towards Santa Rosa, do a more inland route, but yeah, still trying to figure that one out. So, wait and see. As I'm driving out of the park, you'll get an opportunity to see one more time just how immense these trees are. Right as you connect back with US 101 from the park, there's a day use area, and I had to check it out. So on the right you have the South Fork of the Eel River, and then straight ahead is the Eel River. As I was checking this out, I noticed a vehicle driving around down on this gravel bar, so I had to go look at that too. So I'm down here on this gravel bar by the Eel River. You can drive down here, but it is recommended for four-wheel drive vehicles only. While I was enjoying the river, I decided, yep, I am going to go to Mendocino, California, and of course I'm making great progress. I've only driven 15 minutes at this point. Well, after a grueling hour of driving on Highway 1 with all the twists and turns and uphills and downhills, I made it back out to the coast. I drove a little further down California 1 from that first pull-off that I stopped at. I'm at the Westport Union Landing State Park. That pull-off that I stopped at first really didn't have anywhere to walk around, and there was no access to the beach. This state park does have a small campground. And that was going to be a wrap for the day at the Westport Union State Park. I did drive into Mendocino later. Good morning from Mendocino, California. I got in after dark last night, so I didn't get to check out the town, so we're doing that now. We're going to check out Mendocino Headlands State Park. Probably be here for a couple hours and then we'll head out. I probably won't make it to the Bay Area today. The coast road is very grueling with a lot of corners and uphills and downhills, so but it's worth coming. I think it's gonna be worth checking out the Mendocino coast, so there you go. I'm at Mendocino Headlands State Park, and you'll see it's pretty undeveloped. I think there is a restroom on the north end of the park. I'm at Navarro Redwoods State Park, and I was hoping to continue down California 1 along the coast, but a couple things have happened. First off, I need to get to an electronics store to buy a new external hard drive. I'm running out of space for all this footage. The second thing was, when I turned into the state park, I noticed a sign that said California 1 was closed 21 miles ahead. Google Maps doesn't have anything on it, so I'm gonna side with the official sign, and I just wouldn't want to do all that backtracking if that were the case. It's closed. So I'm gonna head in towards Santa Rosa, and this is probably gonna be the last time that I'm out on the coast for a while. Just looking at the direction that I'm gonna take, so I may not come out to the ocean probably until Los Angeles or even San Diego. So it's been a good time along the coast, and I'm going to wrap up this video here, so I want to thank you for watching.